Welcome back, good people. I thought you might like to see an interesting print, not so much interesting necessarily from the perspective of the artwork, but from the perspective of the substrate and the types of inks that we're using and so on. So let's have a quick peek at the press. Okay, firstly, let's talk about the garment real quick. Now, this is a active wear garment. This is specifically a winning spirit, and it's a very, very loose polyester. You can see the weave. Colleague needs to take that away. You can probably just see the weave in there. It's very, very stretchy. And because it's polyester, we have to be very careful of dye migration. Dye migration is where the gas from the dye in the garment is released in the oven or even under a flash dryer, making the ink thin and often changing its color, which of course you don't want. So first thing I want to show you is the underbase. The underbase, in fact, all of the inks here have been reduced, but the underbase is a specific ink for poly garments. In fact, let me take you over and show you it. It's probably the smartest thing to do. Quite why I didn't think of that before, I don't know. Right, these are the inks we're using. So you can see there, that's a low cure, which is what the LC stands for, white, for a polyester garment. And what we do with that, because this garment is so stretchy, we also add a stretch base. And people generally say you want about a third or 1 part of the stretch base to 3 parts of your ink. We go slightly bigger than that, especially on a garment like this where it's really, really stretchy. All right, well, let's head back to the print job itself and just tell you a bit more about how we're doing that. So yes, that's that white ink going down. So that's a nice low bleed ink. What we're doing with the cure is with the flash cure is we're flashing it very lightly. You don't want to completely cure that ink at this stage, so just a few seconds on a slightly lower temperature, probably around 120 degrees, enough just to lightly cure it. This is a regular Rutland ink that's going on the top, but again, it's got the additive in it that'll make it stretchy. Little red heart going down there. You can see the ink imprint there. Isn't it wonderful with the quality of the garment beneath it? That's then getting literally just a second or so of flash, I think, coming around here. There we go. Just to kind of lightly cure that. But as I say, very, very careful with the flash. If I could work the camera, it would be useful. Here's the next color going down. Customer chose a particular Pantone orangey color. You can see that now coming out. It's pretty nice. But obviously we need to drop a highlight white onto that white underbase. And so here's the highlight white coming out. I'll have a very quick look at the finished product. Try not to stop the guys. Sorry, mate. There we go. We've only got a few seconds to get that off. Now, the key thing at this stage is to make sure that your oven isn't too hot. It's a low bleed ink, which means we can run that oven a bit hotter than normal. Sorry, a bit hotter than you'd normally put on a polyester shirt, but not as hot as normal. So I think we're sitting probably around 140 in real terms, maybe 150. There you are. The other thing that we would do with these, obviously, is a wash test. Because it's a very stretchy garment, we want to be careful with the stretch test to make sure that that additive, that stretch base additive, really works. So give it a pretty solid tug and make sure that it does stretch up well with no cracking at all. But then we will do a wash test. Unequivocal. This is a good size order. We wouldn't want to let one single garment go out without a good solid wash test for a sports garment. So this is activewear printing, and that's how we do it. I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.